Hey y'all, and welcome to another Hypixel Skyblock video. So today, I'm going to be going through the new dungeon, in the Crimson Isle. So, if you don't know what this is, just keep on watching and I'll pretty much get to it. But before I start the video, make sure you've liked and subscribed on this video, and hopefully you enjoy this, episode. So, let's get right to it, because this is actually so cool. So, not too long ago, the admin Juicy's, well, whatever his name is, he announced that the Kuudra was actually, it was the first thing that finished, and as you probably already know, most of the new Nether update items will be coming from the Kuudra, and for a long time we haven't actually realized what the Kuudra is, but now they've said that the Kuudra is pretty much like a 5-person fight against a boss. So pretty much it's a dungeon with classes and such, because I showed you in the last video that there were going to be armors for each class apart from healer, because they always forget healer. But yeah, so the Kuudra is going to be a 5-person fight against this boss known as the Kuudra, which is most likely going to be a dragon, because as we saw on the Nether update map, we saw that, well, there's a skull that looks a lot like a dragon, like dragon skeleton. And then from the travel scroll, we also saw that it says it's a Kuudra skull, which just clarifies that the Kuudra is most likely a dragon. So with this 5-person fight, I'm guessing that you'll definitely also need a tank still, so all classes are still viable, luckily. And Berserk, of course, got a bit of a buff, because the new armor is literally so overpowered for Berserk and Archer, so that's really cool. So like I said, this is just the boss and no clear, so it's sort of a dungeon but without the dungeon, so it's just a boss fight, but with 5 people. But as you probably know, the new magma boss in the Crimson Isle has so much health and takes so much, it takes 10 minutes to wreck. If you've ever gone on to Alpha before, it literally takes so long. And so the only way you're going to be able to access this new dungeon is, so from the magma boss there's this drop known as the Infernal Kuudra key and the Burning Kuudra key. So with these keys, you'll need them to open the Kuudra. You have to open the dungeon with these keys, and they will be able to open a certain tier of the reward chests. So as I showed you last time, well, as I told you last time, I thought that there were special reforges that added so much more damage, or stats onto the new wither armor pieces, and if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out my last video. But so these new keys are going to unlock new tiers of chests that will give you the armor pieces that will be required to craft the new Necrons and such. And they have updated the stats of the new Necrons so that it's 4 times as overpowered as Necrons, and each piece is literally overpowered. One piece of the new Crimson armor, which is probably going to replace Necrons for endgame players, literally has the same stats as Necrons and Maxors if you fully max it out. So literally overpowered. And that's without any stars, so that's actually cool. Also, about the Kuudra, since it's dragon, you'll probably need a Terminator, even though Diana's literally not been elected mayor for a long time. But if you do not have a Terminator, might as well get a Juju, because it seems about time. They are also adding a Blaze Slayer, so just remember to just get a bow, or else it will literally be such a pain to kill them. Because everything in the Crimson Isle, from the last time I went in, lots of stuff flies, and magma cubes are really annoying to kill. But I also forgot about the fact that there's something that they added called loot sharing. So they did say in one of their design threads that they'd be adding something known as loot sharing to Skyblock, which pretty much just means that every time you hit a mob or help someone kill a mob, you'll also be able to get the drops. So let's say I went up to a magma cube and hit it twice, and then someone later went up and hit it twice again, and then people kept on doing it random people kept on hitting it twice, and then in the end, one person killed it, right? So right now, the last person who kills it, they're the only person who gets the drops. Well, now they made it so every single person who's attacked the mob gets the drops, which is like, that's actually kind of fair, because let's say you're early game and you're just trying to defeat Critical or something, and then some dude who's endgame just runs past and one taps it. Like, you pretty much just don't get a single thing while they get the combat XP and everything, which is highly annoying. But since they added loot sharing, that'll change. So it's actually making the game less toxic, which is something that Hypixel Skyblock definitely needs. So that's cool. The Kuudra also adds a couple new weapons. I'm pretty sure it adds a Berserker Axe or something. And the Berserker Axe can give up to like 1000 strength, so that's like, I'm pretty sure that might be a common drop from it. Not sure if that's from the Kuudra or Red Sand collection, but not sure. Also, a small guide to people who can't really find their way around the Crimson Isle, because the first time I went in, I literally knew like nothing about it, so when I went into the alpha, like the entire thing was massive and I couldn't find my way around. But since then, like, I just realized that the map is split into 3 parts. So the middle part is sort of the part that you start in and has the direct, like, it gives you the direct path to the Kuudra. The left path heads off to the Red Sand area and the Barbarian area, and the Barbarian area actually seems kind of cool. But the mages overall do look better and are sort of a little bit more overpowered, but I might become a Barbarian because I kind of want to stay Berserk, and I'm guessing that they might buff Berserk ever since they like nerfed OFA and everything, because yeah. So that's on the left of the Crimson Isle, and then on the right is the Mage Outpost, and that one has mycelium and overall looks pretty cool. It's like, it's still really hard to navigate the entire area, and yeah, the only thing that you can do, like there's something that you could do though, is you could go to the Blazing Volcano, which is right in the middle of the island, and then from there you can go to wherever you want, which actually is quite convenient. So you can also fish there, so yeah, that's an actually alright place to be. But if you want to go to the Kuudra, you'll have to probably head down through the middle of the island, like straight through the middle, and you'll be able to find the Kuudra there. Hopefully the Kuudra actually looks good, because I can't really think of any ways that they could actually customize an Ender Dragon to look like a Nether Dragon using just commands and like Java. But hopefully they do make the Kuudra look really good. And as I said before, the Magma boss has like a ton of health and like a ton of damage, but then let's think about the fact that dungeons mobs, like right now, they have so much more health and stuff than like outside of dungeon mobs. So let's just take, for example, let's say just Skeleton Soldier or something. 500k health, that's like a one tap in dungeons that you can easily do. But then outside of dungeons, you'll literally have to spend so much money to be able to just do 500k damage, or you can just use an Emerald Blade, but you still need so much money. So with the Kuudra, I'm guessing that it will have a couple billion health maybe, because let's think about it. Necron is killed so easily. And like literally people do it in 2 minutes. So then with this new armor set, and like all the new armor sets, and the fact that they're so overpowered, and then taking into consideration the Magma boss, let's think about how overpowered the Kuudra will be. That's definitely going to be a couple billion health, isn't it? So I'm guessing that these new stars are actually going to be so useful, because let's say these new purple crimson stars actually do so much in this new dungeon. I would probably be not master starring my stuff, because I'd probably guess that the new armor will not really be able to be master starred, because if this dungeon boss has like a couple billion health, how are they gonna master mode it? So pretty much I'm just guessing that you don't want to master star stuff like right now, but If you're just mainly just doing M7, then go ahead, just keep on doing your M7s, but I'd recommend just keep everything at 5 stars with no master stars for now, with anything you want to invest in for the next update. So that includes Frozen Blaze and stuff. So if you're a Frozen Blaze user, you might want to try to get like another set of Frozen Blaze for Kuudra. But yeah, that's like just a recommendation from me, because logic. And if you haven't already, make sure you've clicked that like and subscribe button. And yeah, I'll just keep going. So with the magma boss as well, another thing is that it's like, since it takes 10 minutes to kill, I'm guessing the Kuudra also has a bit of a time limit, so you'll want Maxels a bit well for the speed and the, well, yeah, just the speed, because let's just say that the boss is really fast or something, because Ender Dragons obviously are fast because they fly. So Maxels is obviously like still really good for stuff, so might as well invest in some Maxels. You could also try to you might want to panic sell your Necrons, but I doubt it will really do anything, even though like the new Nether set is coming out. But Necrons will probably definitely drop in price, so if you haven't already, you might want to get an F7 completion. Just pay or just try to find someone who's actually nice. So yeah, just try to get an F7 completion, and pretty much those are all the tips I have for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!